And we're back with a chase. Uttara Club, they have to chase 113 to win this match. Should be very gettable. Either, especially if your batsmen play well and the opposition fielders help you by some misfielding. There was an opportunity to stop that and create some momentum, and a good early fielding can really put the fielding side on top. That did not happen. Again down the leg side. I think this time he got away with it, the bowler Ali Shah, but he has to be very careful. In the power play, you only have two fielders outside the circle. You can't be bowling looseners because there is no margin for error. Short, wide, but there is a fielder at cover exactly for that shot, and Wadi, he gets underway. He's in good rhythm, fielded well, so he will have a lot of confidence. Well, fortune favors the brave, and Uttara Club batters are certainly brave ones. There was an inside edge this time from the bat of Ishmam. He gets a boundary, streaky, but in a target chase, anything that relieves early pressure is welcome, and they would love it. Looking from a perspective of Dhaka Club, I think they have to build some sort of early pressure. They have to look for early wickets, maybe have a slip, maybe have a catcher in mid-wicket for that mistimed flick shot. Something, you have to create something. Because if you don't get early wickets, this chase will be very easy for Uttara Club if the openers can get set and get big. Lovely delivery from Abid. Loud appeal for LBW. Well, I think the height may have been an issue. Other than that, that looked very plumb. The umpires, they have their eagle eye. False start. Tries to go for the sweep. Misses it. And I was talking about the early wickets. You have to get the openers. And that is precisely what Abid has done. In the second over, after a dot, he has got the wicket. LBW or not, bowled it is. Have his responsibility with the bat. Well, that is not a good start to a new batter from Abid. I was just praising him. He bowled stump to stump, created an LBW appeal, took the wicket, and now he bowls a wide. Bit of refocus. Lovely. Right on the block hole. Not much a batter can do about that. That's probably one of the very few deliveries even the modern innovation can't really do much about. That's a lovely delivery. Well, a bit of an appeal, but I'm not sure if height was probably an issue or not. Yeah, that is what the umpire seems to be telling Abed, that height is probably an issue. Rakin, he seems to be willing to take his time. Required run rate is quite manageable, especially if they have wickets in hand, and that seems to be the plan from Rakin. But I think I'm intrigued to see the approach of Wadi. He seemed to be a dasher. He's someone who wants to hit the ball, wants to get things done quickly. The young man looks to score runs quickly. And what will his approach be against Ali, who conceded 11 in the previous over? But sometimes statistics do not tell the full picture, and that is exactly what has happened, because Ali got conceded a boundary through an inside edge, and there was actually a delivery that may have gotten a wicket in any other day. So I think I would be very interested to see Wadi's approach. Well, Wadi's approach. There is only one approach for him. He tries to play that square card. Seems to struggle with that length. Anything on the fuller side, he is very strong. He is very strong down the ground. He can play inside out, but anything back of a length, he sometimes struggles to get on the back foot and play horizontal batted shots. So from a bowling perspective, exactly, do not give him anything full to drive or play lofted shots. You have to keep it back of the length. I think that is exactly what Javed seems to be telling his bowler. Well, they are actually taking out long on, and the long on fielder is right in front of us. They have brought on the fielder from cover. That would be a bit disappointing, a bit anticlimactic. If you would like, he has just changed the field and probably set a trap and then bowled a wide. Exactly what I was talking about. Wadi, he struggles with playing. He struggles a bit when it's bowled on the back of a length. He's very strong on foolish lengths. But it's been very good planning and very good execution from Ali and Dhaka Club. Lovely bowling. Back of a length. That seems to be the length on this surface. And it works. And if it's working, why would you want to change it? And the deliveries, probably you need a bit more extra pace to bowl that delivery. Yes, that is what Javed Omar seems to be telling to his bowler, that you have to keep it tight and you can't let him get underneath the deliveries, and that's exactly what Wadi did. Good batters, when they hit one, they suddenly start to be on song. You can't let them be on song. Not when the target is that small, because that is what Wadi can do. And this is the over he would target. This is the last over of the power play. If they can get a big one in this over, the momentum will be with them. Yes, you have to calm down. You have to bowl at your own pace. Never let the batter dictate the pace, which is precisely what Wadi is doing. Well, that's exactly what good batters do. You know, we were talking about how he is not as comfortable back of a length to back of the length deliveries, and there was one delivery that was back of a length. and he hit that over mid wicket for a 6. The next ball, well, was a thickish inside edge, but in T10, runs count. Again, it was a boundary. So the bowler, he is forced to bowl full, and to full, hitting full deliveries is Wadi's bread and butter, and that is exactly what he has done. We're talking about his inside out shot. It was a lovely inside out shot over extra cover, and now the bowler is firmly under pressure. Idrak bowls are wide. It's an 18-run over, and only 4 balls have been bowled. There it is, the back of length deliveries. So I think from a bowling perspective, you have to keep bowling there. Even if one back of length delivery went all the way, you know that is more difficult to put away for Wadi than a full delivery. So you have to persist with that. You can't consistently target the opposition's weakness. Well, Rakin, surprisingly, opens his account on his 5th ball. He is 1 of 5, and with that, the power play comes to an end. 40 for 1 wicket are Uttara Club Limited. এবং এটি ছিল কমেন্ট্রি ক্লাব এন্ড থেকে আজকে this was the last ball from the commentary club end. We'll be shifting ends after this over. It was a very good over from Abed. He just conceded 5 runs. Yes, 5 runs, and that could be a very good one in context of the game, momentum shift of the game. It has to be something special. Abed's spell itself was very special. He just conceded 9 of 2 overs. Brilliant bowling, and they need 68 of 30 deliveries. Now that could be a challenge. We are going to see Javed Omar Belim for the first time in this match with the ball. Bowl a lovely spell of 10 for no wickets in his 2 overs in the previous match. Bowls a few wrist spinners. Rakin Aziz, who has not yet been able to really free his hands, he will probably look to target this over, but Javed Omar, he is an experienced campaigner, and I think this is going to be a pivotal point of this match. The required run rate is climbing higher. It was 11 when they started. It has gone up to 13.5 right now. We are seeing adjustments in the field. There is a third man, there is a point, there is a short fine leg, there is a short square leg. So it's the template field. There is a mid wicket. There is a mid wicket. The mid wicket is being moved very straight. There is a long on. There is a long off. There is an extra cover, and there is a cover point. I want to say yes, a cover point. So Belim, he is taking his time in adjusting the field. I think the umpires will not be happy with this. He's taking a bit too long, perhaps. Yeah, exactly. They're being told to hurry up. Well, there is an issue with the helmet. That's curious. He wants his keeper to be keeping long. He would be bowling medium pacers rather than wrist spinners. That is exactly why he wanted the keeper. This time though, a lovely shot. Good fielding, and they have managed to keep Wadi quiet apart from those 6 and a 4 over square leg. He hasn't really been able to open up his hands. And again, beautiful bowling from Javed. What he is doing is he is keeping it outside the traditional arc of the batter. He is bowling it outside the off stump. He is varying the pace, and as we were talking about, there might be some variable bounce on this surface. That's exactly what happened. There is an opportunity to grab it. Yes, Rakin. The pressure was on him. He was 5 of 12 deliveries. He had to do something out of the ordinary, and that is exactly what he tried to do. He tried to go for a scoop shot, could not, and lovely take on the fine leg. And I was talking about whether this could be a pivotal over or not. This is turning out to be a pivotal over, but it is for Dhaka Club, and that total that was looking mediocre is suddenly looking more and more unattainable. And only conceded 3 runs and picked up the all-important wicket. So now the equation is hinging towards Dhaka Club, but Wadi, as long as he is in the middle, what they have done very well is they have starved him off strike. They haven't allowed him to constantly be on strike and get a string of boundaries. Well, a bit of aggression we see, asking the batters to be ready rather quickly. Sajjadur, he is seeming to tell his young opener that you take your time, you bat at your own pace rather than at Mr. Belim's. Well, there was a potential misfield there, but no, there is no. That misfield does not cost anything. So Javed Omar Belim bowls a brilliant over, concedes 4, takes the all-important wicket, and the required run rate has jumped up to 16. It's not going to be easy from here on for Uttara club. Full toss. This seems to be the over he targeted. A full toss. There is a fielder at long off. And again, they are getting Wadi off strike. That is exactly what they have done very well. Dhaka club, they have not let Wadi build up momentum. Whenever he has hit a boundary, they have made sure he does not hit the second one. Lovely delivery. Trying to keep it away from that arc over long on to mid wicket, away from that arc, and making it difficult for the batsmen to play their natural shots. And that is what you need try to do when you can't play your natural shot. Well, that was an opportunity. Abed, who bowled some brilliant overs, conceded only 9 runs, took a wicket. If he had held on to that catch, I think this equation would have made a lot more sense for Dhaka club. What a shot, what a shot. This is one of the most difficult shots to play in cricket. The inside out over extra cover. Wadi, he plays it like it's nothing. Wow. I think that is probably the shot of the tournament so far, at least in my eyes. Goes against the turn. There is a fielder at extra cover. He does not bother with that. Sublime wrist work. And yes, Wadi is motoring. Again, he's off strike, but the good thing is he did get off strike on the last ball of the over, so he will be on strike for the next over. However, that will probably be bowled by Mr. Balim. So this is going to be the contest that may define this game. I was very surprised to not see Javed Omar bowl this over. Arslan, he comes on. He will be bowling fast wrist spinners. The first ball is spot on, but I think Wadi, he would like it. Ooh, that's a good delivery, but marginal. Cricket is a game of margins. That margin means 4 runs in this tournament. Is that an opportunity for a catch? No! Well. That could have been a twist in the tail. But Wadi survives and he will be on strike. Well, that would help. That would definitely help. You need runs from wherever you can get them in this form of the game. And that was a rather lucky one, I must say. But yeah, I'm a bit baffled by the decision to not bowl Javed Omar Belim in this over. Yes, there is the consensus that you bowl your best bowler the penultimate over of the game, but I think in the context of the game, in the momentum shift of the game, this was the over where things could have gone. Another boundary, I think they would be firmly back in this equation. Brilliant shot. That is exactly what I was talking about. If they can get a boundary in one of these, at least one deliveries, they have got one. If they can get another, then the equation remains interesting. If they can't, well, then it gets even more difficult. 13. From 13, they need 38. Boundaries need to galore. Where will they be coming from? Well, they are coming from, or they were coming from Sajjad. Now he is dismissed. Well, that was exactly what UCL did not need. They needed boundaries. They needed a 6. They did not need a wicket. And a wicket means, more importantly, a dot ball. Now all the pressure will be on Wadi. The thinking process from DC will be very simple. You don't need to get Wadi out. All you need to do is get him off strike. Get him off strike. It's a simple concept. It's a very ancient concept in cricket that you keep the batter who is going all guns blazing off strike. You probably gain control of the momentum. Yes, this is the battle royale. Javed Omar versus Wadi, who has been electrifying, scored 34 of 19 deliveries. But Mr. Belim, if he can get a wicket, if he can get Wadi's wicket, it's done and dusted. But as long as Wadi remains in the crease, was marginal. Javed Omar, he is complaining. Well, there is no point complaining to the umpire. The decisions are final. But he is still complaining. Well, you can complain as much as you like, Mr. Belim. It's not going to change a thing. And he does exactly what we predicted. Wadi, he has to farm the strike. He has no choice but to farm the strike. But that makes it very difficult because this is not conventional cricket where you go hit good balls for single and try to hit bad balls for boundaries. You're trying to hit good balls for boundaries. This is not easy. No matter how set you are, when you can't take singles, you really have to bat out of your skin, and it's not easy against such an experienced player. And Wadi, he is very good, but he is young. And that is exactly what Javed Omar seems to be exploiting. A Yorker, they wanted a 2. There was no chance of a 2. So the strategy has paid off. They have kept Wadi off strike, or whenever Wadi has gone on strike, there has been no opportunity for him to score runs against Javed Omar. It's a master class of death bowling. Another dot delivery. Well, he could not do it with the bat. He could not provide a telling impact with the bat, but who knew that Mr. Belim could do it with the ball as well. So yes, a miracle. A miracle is exactly what UCL would need. 33 of 6. We have seen Carlos Brathwaite hit 4 sixes in the final of T20 World Cup. We have seen Rinku Singh hit 5 sixes in the IPL. Well, guess what? Wadi is going to need more. Asif will be bowling this over, and he's trying to get the field placement right. All he has to do is bowl one good ball. One. Yes, and it's over. It is over. If UCL do not get an extra delivery, an illegal delivery, they are done. You need 32 of 5 deliveries, 5 sixes does not win you a game. Well, DC has played phenomenally, and they have probably covered this match. Almost we saw the catch of the tournament from Fahad, the one-handed stunner. It was not to be, but it was that close. DC has closed the match out for all reckoning. It's an opportunity. Well, the fielder overran it. Well, that is some late joy for Wadi. He is getting closer to his milestone, but I don't think he would be particularly pleased with that because they haven't really. They are not going to win this match, even if he hits every ball for a boundary or a six. But yes, momentum is needed. Net run rate comes into the equation. Yes, another six. Wadi, he is doing the business. And yes, you should be cheerful. I think Wadi should be uplifted because in the grand scheme of things, that is why this is a fantastic innings so far from Wadi. If he had any sort of support from the other end, I think the equation would have been very different. অন্য একজন কমেন্টেটর থাকবে বা থাকবে কেউ একজন থাকবে ডেইলি না মানে আমি কালকে থাকতে পারবো না আর কি আমি Yes, as we were talking about the Uttara Club Limited, it was a close game at the end. They only lost by 6 runs, but the game was done by the first ball of the last over. But they would take pride in closing out this game. So we are done with the day's play. I was talking about the first 3 games being one-sided affairs, but this game promised to be a big one. This game promised to be a close one. It has been a close one, and it has delivered on that promise, and precisely what we would have wanted. We all love close game of cricket. We all love thrillers, and that is exactly what Dhaka Club versus Uttara Club Limited was. And with that, we are done with the first day of Inter-Club Sports Carnival 2024. And the 4 matches, all of them have been intriguing, and we hope you will be with us from tomorrow for another intriguing day of cricket. Thank you very much.
হ্যাঁ খোলেন কালকে সকালে কালকে কে আসবে
আমি জানি না অন্য কেউ আসবে
আমি ফোন দিচ্ছি হ্যাঁ